Hello students, now we are going to see electrical analogy of mechanical rotational system. Electrical analogy of mechanical rotational systems. So we have already discussed about electrical analogy of mechanical translational systems. The same method we have to follow to do the electrical analogy for mechanical rotational systems. So here we are having J, B, K, the basic elements of rotational systems. So if I write T is equal to J into d square by dt square, these are the torque balanced equations we already discussed. In the mechanical translational systems, we are having the relationship between velocity and x displacement. V is equal to dx by dt. So there we have replaced d square x by dt square is replaced with dv by dt. So similarly, here we are having the relationship between omega into d theta by dt. So this is nothing but angular displacement. Theta is nothing but angular displacement. So d theta by dt is equals to, I am having here omega. Okay, like here. Okay, so this is velocity, this is velocity. So here what we have to do is consider a RLC components which are connected in parallel, and it is having a voltage source V. Okay, so R, L, C, I1, I2, I3 are the current flowing through it. VR, VL, VC are the voltages across the each component RLC. Now, so here just I have replaced d theta by dt with omega, such that I will get T is equal to J into d omega by dt, B omega, K into integration of omega into dt. Okay, the same terms we will get if we draw the electrical analogy. That is nothing but parallel combination of RLC. Then we have to compare that elements such that we will get electrical elements analogy for JBK RLC. Okay, how means, see, these three are connected in parallel. If they are connected in parallel, then the voltage across the elements are equal. So VR, VL, VC are the voltages across the elements, and these voltages are equal to the source voltage because this is also in parallel with these elements. Okay, so I can write E is equal to VR is equal to VL is equal to VC. So if I apply Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So here the voltage across this resistance is equal to applied source voltage. E is equal to VR is equal to I1 into R. Now just compare I1 into R. It is just like B and omega, and it is force to voltage, torque to voltage. Here torque is the input, but here E, voltage source, is the input. Here I am having X, linear displacement, angular displacement, linear velocity, angular velocity. From these two I got these two. So next, if I can compare these two, okay, what is B element, what is omega? It is fixed, it is varying. Resistor is fixed, current is varying. Okay, so B, here it is equal to R. Here what is omega? Omega is equal to current I. Whatever, I1, I2, I3 or whatever it is, we are having here, I can write it as omega is equal to current I1. Next, similarly, you have to apply the Ohm's law for the inductor. So VL is equal to L into di2 by dt. So E is equal to, applied voltage is always equal to the voltage across the inductor because these two are in parallel. So if I compare L with differentiation term, J with differentiation term, J is fixed, L is fixed. So J is nothing but L here. D omega by dt, di2 by dt. So omega is nothing but I2 current. Next, similarly, compare these two. I will get K as 1 by C and omega as I3. So omega is nothing but current elements. Here omega is nothing but output, like theta or omega d theta by dt, which is nothing but omega. Okay. So after comparison I got these. So instead of J you have to write inductor, instead of P you have to write resistor, instead of K you have to write reciprocal of capacitor. Okay. Similarly, you have to draw torque to current analogy. So in the current analogy you have to consider RLCs in series. If these three are in series, the same current will flow through it. Right? That current is nothing but I. Apply the Ohm's law for each and every element. I is equal VR by R. I is equal C into dVC by dt. And I is equal to 1 by L integration of EL into dt. Okay. Now compare these with this. So instead of B I can write 1 by R. Instead of omega VR. Next, differentiation term J. J is nothing but here C. Omega is nothing but Vc. Next, integration. K is nothing but 1 by L. Omega is nothing but VL. So here omega is nothing but voltages, output. B means 1 by R, J means C, K means 1 by L. So these are the comparison table you have to keep in mind to draw force to voltage and force to current analogy. Now we will take a problem, will write torque to voltage and torque to current. So this is the circuit I am having, this is a diagram I am having. So we have to write first differential equations by drawing free body diagram and writing force balanced equations. So here I am directly writing the force balanced equations, and from that we'll get electrical analogy. So as we are having two nodes J1 and J2, I will get two equations. So for J1 I'll get, directly I am writing J1 into d square theta by dt square, and there is no theta mentioned here. So I will consider for each nodes we have to consider displacement, each displacements. So I will consider it as theta 1, and here I will consider it as theta 2. So here J1 into d square theta 1 by dt square. Next B1 is also there. So B1 into d theta 1 by dt, and K1 is in between two nodes. So I will write K1 into theta 1 minus theta 2 equal to applied torque here. Okay. Next, for J2 into d square theta 2 by dt square plus B2 into dt2 by dt plus K2 into theta 2 minus theta 1 equal to, we are having 1, 2, 3 elements one side and there is no torque applied. We are having K1 also. For J2, 1, 2, 3, fourth element is also there. So that is K1 into, so K2, write this as K1 because K1 is in between two nodes and we have to give the preference for second node, theta 2 minus theta 1, right? Next, K2 is only for theta 2 equal to 0. Okay. Now, what we have to do? Instead of theta, you have to write these equations in terms of omega. Okay. As we know that omega is equal to d theta by dt, equation 1 become j1 d omega 1 by dt plus b1 into omega 1 plus k1 integration of omega 1 minus omega 2 into dt is equal to t. Okay, consider this as 3. Similarly, change theta to omega in equation 2, that is to j2 into d omega 2 by dt plus b2 omega 2 plus k1 integration of omega 2 minus omega 1 into dt plus k2 integration of omega 2 into dt equal to 0. Okay, so this is the equation 4. Now we have to draw force to voltage and force to current. Okay, now I am drawing force to voltage. Force to voltage analogy. And to draw force to voltage analogy, we have to remind this one. Okay, what is J, what is B, what is K. Okay, so consider the equation 3. So as we know that there are two nodes, that is two not we have to say nodes, here we have to say two mass elements, moment of inertia elements. So we'll have two loops. Okay, so first consider equation 3. For equation 3, how to draw a diagram. So first, it is force to voltage analogy. If it is a force to voltage analogy, so if it is force to voltage analogy, we have to consider a voltage circuit, a voltage source circuit in which R, L, C are connected in parallel. Okay, so this is from equation 3. Just replace J with L, L1, and what is omega? Omega is nothing but current element. Next, what is torque? Torque is nothing but voltage source. From here, see, torque is nothing but voltage source, x is nothing but theta, omega is nothing but current. Okay, these are the things we have to keep in mind. So convert L1 d I1 by dt plus what is B, R1 omega 1 I1 plus what is K1? K1 is nothing but 1 by C1 integration of I1 minus I2 into dt is equals to E of t. Okay, similarly this one, L2 di2 by dt plus R2 I2 plus 1 by C1 integration of I2 minus I1 into dt plus 1 by C2 integration of I2 into dt equal to 0. Now draw the diagram. L1, R1, these are connected to I1 only, means first loop. Okay, so this is the voltage source I am having E. This is a first loop and I1 is a current flowing through it. In the first loop I am having L1, R1 because only I1 is there. So this is L1 and this is R1. Next, for this second loop I am having C1 because capacitor is connected in between I1 and I2. This is the loop 1 and if I consider this as loop 2, okay, and for these two loops I have considered capacitor, this capacitor is connected in between two loops, that is I1 and I2. So I1 minus I2. Okay. So this is the E of t is equals to 1, 2, 3 elements. 1, 2, 3 elements over. Next, for the second loop I am having L2, R2, C2. Okay. L2, R2, C2. L2, R2, C2. For these three elements, only I2 is the current flowing through it. Next one, C1 is there. Through this C1, two currents are flowing. Already I have connected C1 in between. So this is about force to voltage analogy. Next, we have to draw force to current analogy. Okay. So to draw force to current analogy, we have to keep in mind this. Okay. So here we have to keep in mind to get the force to current analogy. So we have to replace these equations 3 and 4 with this. We have to replace J with the C. So C1 into d V1 by dt plus 1 by R1 V1 plus 1 by L1 integration of V1 minus V2 into dt is equals to I. Similarly, equation 4, C2 dV2 by dt plus 1 by R2 V2 plus 1 by L1 integration of V2 minus V1 into dt plus 1 by L2 integration of V2 into dt equal to 0. Now, draw the diagram. As we know that there are two mass elements, then we'll have two nodes, because it is, as we are having two loops in force to voltage, we'll have two nodes. Okay, in force to current analogy, and this is known as V1 and this is known as V2. And what is the source? Current I is a source. So we have to first consider the equation which is involving the source, that is I. So this is the source element I. I is the current that is flowing like this, and first node is having C1 R1. Okay, so always these are connected in parallel. Before these elements are connected in series, if any element is there which is connected between the two loops, then we have to consider it as a parallel element. So here, as we are having, just we have to write the elements reverse of force to voltage. If we are drawing the elements in series there, here we have to draw parallel. If we are drawing the elements parallel between the two, here we have to write series between the two nodes. So C1 R1 we have to draw parallelly. Next V1 minus V2, I mean in between two nodes I am having the inductor L1. So this is the V1 node, this is a V2 node, in between I am having the inductor L1. Done. Next, consider the second equation. Here we are not having any sources. Next, for this node C2 R2 L2, right? C2 R2 L2. Okay, these are connected only for the node V2, and for the two nodes I am having L2 also. Okay, now how to draw this circuit L2, which is in between V1 and V2. Okay, so here you have to consider these L2 as like this, L2. Okay, L1 is in between V1 and V2, and L2 is also, no, here it is L1 only, na? L1 is in between V1 and V2. So already we have drawn L1 in between V1 and V2, and no need of drawing this one. If we are having L2 here, or one more element, instead of L2 here, I am having L2 in between V1 and V2, then you have to draw like this. Okay, so this is a circuit, final circuit I am having. Force to current analogy. Thank you.